Thanks for watching Newsday TV. I'm Ken Bufa. Right now, police are working to identify skeletal remains that were found off the Southern State Parkway in West Islip. Cecilia Dowd reports.
Disturbing discovery off the Southern State Parkway in West Islip. Authorities say around 7 Thursday morning, a driver was getting off the Southern onto the Robert Moses southbound and noticed something that caught his eye.
Upon closer look, the individual believed it to be human skeletal remains and called 911. State police troopers, along with investigators from the Bureau of Criminal Investigation and members from the Forensic Identification Unit, responded to investigate and determined it to in fact be human skeletal remains.
To see it happen over here, it's kind of scary.
The news concerning for some West Islip residents who tell us kids hang out back here.
It's frightening. It's frightening. You know, my daughter, she used to walk through the woods and, with her friends and, like we did when we were kids. And, it's kind of scary.
I'm not that surprised. It's definitely pretty eerie back there.
Many questions remain as to who the person is, how long the remains were there, and the cause of death. Reporting from West Islip, Cecilia Dowd for Newsday TV.
All right, check this out. Take a look at this video. Can you believe no one was seriously hurt when this SUV hit a cyclist and then plunged into the water in Massapequa Park? Well, police say the driver clipped the bicyclist who was crossing over Bethpage State Parkway, then drove through a sign and ended up in what looks like a creek. No criminal charges have been filed. Now, he's been honored at the White House for his life-saving bravery, and now he's being honored here at home. President Biden gave FDNY Lieutenant Justin Hespeler the Medal of Valor back in May for pulling a newborn baby out of a burning home in Brooklyn back in 2021. Now, today, the Suffolk County Executive presented the Marine Corps veteran from Islip a proclamation recognizing his bravery.
I was just doing my job that day. I was working with a great bunch of guys, so training, teamwork, and determination played a huge role in the success of the rescue operation.
Hespeler says being honored at the White House is something he and his family will never forget. And the FDA just made history because for the first time ever, they have approved a birth control pill that can be bought over the counter. Opal, made by a company in Ireland, and they're planning to start shipments to the U.S. next year. Now, once it hits the market, there'll be no age restrictions for buying it, too. And New York may have to go back to the drawing board for its congressional districts. The appellate division of the state Supreme Court ruled the map-making process should start over. That means this map showing Long Island's districts might be changed. Newsday's Albany Bureau Chief Yancey Roy explains why this could be a big victory for the Democrats.
Essentially, the courts today sided with the Democrats, saying last year was just a one-off because they had to get a map in on time for the election, and now it's time to start over. But for right now, what it means is that Democrats would have a strong hand in redrawing the map for the 2024 congressional districts. They could shift seats in their favor. And with Congress, control of Congress separated by just a few seats, what happens in New York and what happens with these lines could impact which party controls Congress.
Now, Republicans are expected to appeal the ruling. Now, for more on this story, click Get More below the Newsday TV video box. And the Suffolk County Water Authority is asking people to conserve and limit their sprinkler use. They also want homeowners to water every other day. In fact, odd days for homes with odd number addresses and even days for even addresses.
We are declaring a drought emergency. Despite significant rainfalls in upstate New York, we still have significant problems within our system.
Now, if people do not conserve on their own, the Water Authority says they may be forced to impose water use restriction. All right, let's take a look at your Long Island weather, shall we? Tonight we have some isolated thunderstorms, and tomorrow doesn't look good either with more thunderstorms on the way. Taking a closer look at tomorrow, you can see it's a good day to stay inside unless you wake up early. You might beat the rain.
Get more of the stories you've seen on Newsday TV at Newsday.com. Plus breaking news, investigations, things to do, restaurants, and other Long Island news you can't get anywhere else at Newsday.com. Covering Long Island like no one else can.
A Massapequa man is getting ready for his second fight in the UFC. Carissa Kelman has a story you'll see only in Newsday.
I'm going to be pushing from bell to bell.
Nazim Sadikov made his UFC debut in February. Now he's getting ready to dominate his second UFC lightweight bout against Terrence McKinney on July 15th.
I will be more selective and more technical this fight. Being able to maintain, being able to slow him down and then come after him at the right time will be key in this matchup.
I see Naz as the favorite in this fight. I think it's his third knockout in a row. That's what I see.
Naz has trained with Ray Longo in Garden City for the past 5 years. After moving to New York from Azerbaijan, the Massapequa resident says he knew exactly who he wanted to have in his corner.
A couple of kicks and I'm gonna call it a day. When I talked to Longo, that did it for me. His aura was just so welcoming. It was the best decision I made in my career ever.
He's definitely a super talented kid. You could see it right away. He's a guy that when he gets hit, he gets more motivated. He's got the tenacity and he's got the killer instinct and all the other attributes that go with it.
What I'm in the UFC for, to set the bar high, to make history, to break my own records every single time I step in there.
Naz has won 8 straight fights, and he believes his training here at Longo's gym will bring him a 9th victory and eventually a championship belt.
Every bone in my body will be dedicated towards this. It has been dedicated my whole life, and it will be dedicated towards becoming world champion.
In Garden City, Carissa Kelman, Newsday TV.
And we wish him luck. Now, to read more about the UFC fight, go to Newsday.com. Click Get More below the Newsday TV video box. A Copeg senior is proving age is just a number. Steve Langford introduces us.
1, 2, 3. Bench pressing 135 pounds. E.B. Butler is just getting warmed up.
Give me 230.
Butler celebrated his 80th birthday earlier this month.
4, 5, 6. Got it.
You don't look 80 years old.
I've been told that, but sometimes I feel it.
Here at the gym on his day off, assisted by his son Lloyd, this Copeg resident still works 6 days a week.
I drive a ready-mix truck.
You drive a cement?
I drive a cement truck, 280.
About to press 280 pounds, Butler is nowhere near done.
Gotcha. I want to look different than that average 80-year-old man.
Butler first started lifting weights back in the mid-1960s, but it's really been in the past 10 or 15 years that he's been pushing it. Now, watch as E.B. Butler bench presses 350 pounds.
Nice. Good job.
A bit of reporters' skepticism kicks in about Butler's age. Mr. Butler?
Yes?
I have to see some ID.
You got it. No problem.
$1943.
In the gym here, I get a lot of young guys come up and ask me, and older guys too.
Not so much about his age, but his determination, his example.
Put some weight on the bar.
True grit never gets old. Steve Langford for Newsday TV.
Looking good, Butler. Now, to learn more about him, go to Newsday.com. Click Get More below the Newsday TV video box.
What's Up on Long Island is brought to you by PC Richard & Son.
Here's what's up on Long Island.
As soon as I get out here on the outskirts, I wish I was running by your house first. Something about a summer in the South Shore.
Sam Hunt is headed to Jones Beach. The country singer will take the stage during the summer on the Outskirts tour, along with Brett Young and Lily Rose. It's Friday night at the Northwell Health at Jones Beach Theater. Or why not head out to Central Islip and see the Long Island Ducks? They're taking on the New York Revolution Saturday and Sunday at Fairfield Properties Ballpark. And lastly, the Long Island Summer Beer, Wine, and Spirits Fest is Saturday. You can sample beer, wine, and spirits paired with live entertainment, food, and interactive games. It's at the Tanger Outlets in Deer Park. Now for admission info and events, just click Get More below the Newsday TV video box.
Watch Newsday TV on the big screen. Use the remote to activate Siri, Alexa, Roku, or the Google Assistant on your streaming device. Say Install Newsday. Newsday TV, covering Long Island like no one else can.
You're watching Newsday TV. I'm Ken Boofer. Thank you so much for joining us. We leave you now with a look at your 7-day forecast.